So for this video, let's have a look at Netzer. Some people say Netzach, some people pronounce it ways I've never heard of, and I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. Generically, everyone I know says Netzer. Who knows? Do correct me in the comments. Now this is the little green one on the lower right hand side. Let's pull up the glyph so we can refer to it. Now the best way to understand Netzer is in connection with the other lower Sephiroth. So over the other side there, giving it balance, is Hod, which we've looked at in previous videos. Do refer to those. The links will be in the comment section below. No, in the description even. So whilst Hod is very much sort of the wisdom side of stuff, it's the intellect, it's the cleverness, it's the language and sophistry, it's medical knowledge, astrological knowledge, it's knowledgey stuff, clever stuff. Netzer over here, which is lovely in green, is much more about the lovey-dovey stuff. Much more right brain, hemispheric, creative. It's attributed to Venus, and as Crowley will say, wherever you see green, you should consider Venus. So Netzer is more about creativity. Hod is much more about intellect and knowledge. Generically, our modern day interpretation through the field of the brief therapies, NLP, pop neuroscience and all the rest of it will say, well, Hod, that's very much the left brain. That's the nerdy stuff. The right brain is very much attributed to Netzer. It's a gross simplification both of those two Sephiroth, but also of the neuroscience. It kind of sort of not really works. Depending on how you filter the information according to make it fit. So Netzer is much more about the creativity, the Venusian arts. So Venus is the thing of beauty, the thing of love, all that lovey-dovey stuff. Whereas Hod is going to be much more about knowledge of the world, Netzer is going to be much more about relationship to the world. So it's easy to know a lot about stuff, and it's not so easy necessarily to be able to relate to it. Think about the people at school. I can think of two people. I can think of a really nerdy guy I went to school with, not entirely different to myself, lacking all the social skills, hiding in the library, keep away from everyone else, just can't cope. And then there was another guy, we'll call him Dave because that was his name, not the brightest guy, struggled with all the academic stuff. The most popular kid I've ever met in my life. Absolutely absurd. Everyone loved Dave because he was great. Good looking as well, the girls liked him. And not only that, he had the great social skills and he could lift other people's spirits up. He had it all. He had it all in terms of the social side of stuff. Now, essentially, the ideal world is you can have both of those combined. Well, there's your Hod and there's your Netzer divided out quite nicely. So Netzer is very much about the relational side of stuff, the love, the emotional, that kind of connection to creative. It's the arts, it's dance, it's the tune of the song rather than the song itself. It's your classical music, it's your classical arts, it's your statues of beauty and so forth. And so those who are wishing to invoke Netzer or work on Netzer to develop this stuff inside themselves, if you take initiation of this particular degree, your work is cut out for you in terms of developing those things you'd be frightened to do. Many people are frightened to actually feel love. They're frightened to feel connection. They will do everything to avoid it because that way they stay in conscious control. With that in mind, just come down to Yesod down there. You can think of that pretty much as the subconscious, the unconscious mind, and all the things associated with that. And then we come down to Malkuth, which is very much the manifest world, the physical body, the physical world, and so forth. So between those four Sephiroth, we've got physical reality in the body, we've got the subconscious mind in Yesod, the conscious mind of Hod, and a lot of the unconscious emotional stuff over there in Netzer. Gross oversimplification for sure. Now let's have a look at some of the other aspects of Netzer as well, just before we continue with the creative side of stuff. So the meaning that's attributed to Netzer, I don't think this is a direct translation of what Netzer translates to in Hebrew, is victory or eternity. Never quite understood that attribution myself. It's the seventh Sephiroth on the Tree of Life. When you number them from the top down to the bottom, it's number 7. Its colour is always going to be green, and obviously the planetary association is Venus. Now the archangel is Haniel. Let's have a look at what Haniel represents. So Haniel, also known as Aniel or Aniel, I don't know how you pronounce it how you wish, I guess. Now this is an angel whose name actually translates to the joy of God or the grace of God, traditionally associated with the planet Venus, and is often invoked for issues relating to love, beauty, harmony, and artistic inspiration. Now, Haniel presides over the Sephiroth of Netzah and embodies the qualities of victory, eternity, and the lower emotions. Now, this is kind of where it starts to get interesting, because in the Kabbalistic tree, love is a lower emotion, because you've got to look at it is very much a thing of the world. Spirituality and the kind of higher emotions are not necessarily going to be attributed to Netzah. They come later on. Look at the self-sacrifice that will be given in things like Tifereth and so forth. So weirdly, there's all the sonnets and the poems, and every bloody pop song is always about love as the highest ideal. We have to question that. And it's almost like love will conquer all. Love is everything. Love is all the rest. All that kind of stuff. Well, it's a little bit limited. And the people I tend to know who are always, especially coaches and life coaches, alphabet therapists, who are always talking about love as the highest ideal, and they preach love, they put these inspirational love messages and all the rest of it, are quite often some of the most miserable people I've ever met, and can be a bit nasty if you challenge them on it. So yeah, there is that. Not really Netzah, is it, going on there? Now, if we look at the sphere of influence, it's very much about emotions, aesthetics, and natural beauty. So previously I mentioned things about the carvings, the statues, the things of beauty. Look at your modern inner city, modern day city centre, full of graffiti and piss. Not really a thing of beauty. And then look how people behave when we place them in those environments. Now go to a place such as Dubrovnik. If you've ever been to Dubrovnik in Croatia, absolutely stunning city. There's plenty of them around. Certainly India has quite a few of those. I've been to various places there, and there are some stunning places in the UK as well. And then look how people behave there. When we create a thing of beauty, an environment of beauty, we very much are invoking Haniel. It changes how people are. And unfortunately, our modern architects and urban planners don't seem to understand these concepts, mostly because they're lacking the archetypes. They're lacking a background in this stuff. They're looking much more about economy. And that's going to be something way down there in Malkuth. So as an archangel of Venus, it makes Haniel a guardian of both romantic love and divine love. Bit different. Romantic love is not divine love. And I think people can confuse the two. Most of us have met that person who loves Jesus. It renders them pretty idiotic. And then we've met you may not have met them. I certainly have. The religious scholars, the people who actually have done the work and personal transformation of the Christian faith. And they very much love God and love Jesus. And I've got to say, I've met some of these people and they very much impress me. I have also met others who very much depress me. But that's a different story. The angel is often called upon for healing emotional wounds and fostering peace and reconciliation. And certainly as love is a lower emotion, it can be very useful for healing and reconciliation and overcoming stuff. The problem is when we see therapists and coaches, we just use them as an example, who seem to have this notion that if you've been abused, if you've been wronged, and you're still holding on to that hurt, then somehow love and forgiveness will cure it. Yeah, it's a bit of a naive approach, to be honest. We've got to be realistic in this kind of stuff. And I think an understanding of the different Sephiroth and what they represent would be very beneficial for some of these coaches and therapists for sure. Because the naivety by which they go about stuff, I'm guessing they haven't actually been through these sort of things themselves. And, there's no reason why they should have to. But it might help. Who knows? Anyway, that probably makes me a bad person. Wouldn't be wrong. Now, if we look at the symbolism, Haniel is usually depicted holding a rose. Now, roses are common throughout Europe. They are a very powerful alchemical symbol. You'll see it in Rosicrucianism, the Rose Croix of the Masonic 18th degree. The rose was basically nature perfected. So there's lots of rose bushes, and people who are very much into their roses, they're constantly tending and pruning and basically adjusting. There's lots of different roses that have different names and so forth, and some are worth a lot of money and others aren't. The rose was basically nature perfected, and so was an alchemical symbol, where essentially alchemy is about perfecting nature. Or was depicted holding a torch to illuminate the path through the darker aspects of love and desire. There's a number of bands I quite like from the emo tradition, from a few years ago. Old people, it was a youth thing. Dressed in black. It was kind of a post-goth type scenario where everything was about love as a destructive force, love as a dark demonic thing, love as sort of a sadistic. And I'll put some stuff in the description below in case you want to pursue it. But certainly some very interesting creative bands where basically dark times and love, making it into songs, and very interesting, I thought, exploration of some of the darker sides of human experience. And so sometimes in navigating these things and the complexities of human relationship, calling upon Haniel to give some guidance and actually some higher aspirations in these things can be useful. Not so easy when you're 19 years old, full of raging hormones and desire, and have no idea how to handle it because you're still working stuff out. It's why those sort of emotional relationships, that kind of age bracket, I say 16 to 24, they're horrendous. I tell you, I never want to do it again. And if I'm reincarnated, I'm hiding for those 10 years. Never want to do it again. So these symbols represent the angel's dual role in igniting passion and guiding souls towards a higher understanding of love. Isn't that a wonderful thing? And of course, healing and protection. Haniel offers protection and healing, and particularly matters to the heart, as already stated. Here's a little quote for you. The angel's gentle energy can help soothe emotional turmoil and bring a sense of calm and balance, something every teenager probably needs. Now, the angelic order associated with Netzer is the Elohim. Now, this is very confusing to those who aren't Hebrew speakers. Now, Elohim, you've got Elohim, Tetragrammaton Elohim, or Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, or Yehovah Elohim, is very much a name associated with Bina. Or if you're doing the middle pillar, it would be in the place of Darth. Now, that's a singular God. That's just basically Lord God. But Elohim attributed in another context, it depends on the sentence structure in which it appears, it's either a masculine singular or masculine plural, depending on the context. And in this context, it refers to an angelic order of the Elohim, not the God name Elohim. I just wanted to clarify on that one. And if we just look up what Elohim angelic order refer to, let's have a look. So in Netzer, the focus of the Elohim's influence is on the manifestation of divine love, beauty and art, and nature through the emotional and sensory experiences of the world. And so that, again, it fits very much within the role or the manifestation of Netzer itself. The role of the Elohim also is to inspire humans to appreciate and create beauty, to experience love in its many forms, and to foster harmony and pleasure in their lives. They're involved in the emotional and psychic development of individuals, guiding them to express their innermost desires and passions in constructive and harmonious ways. You can tell I've just read that. And if we just go to the attributions while I'm just reading this. While the Elohim across different Sephiroth may share a name, their functions and attributes can vary significantly. In Netzer, the Elohim's attributes include fostering artistic expression, facilitating emotional connection. So I've said all that already. So basically repetition of everything I've just said, so we ignore that bit. Right, it comes to other attributions for Netzer as well. The divine name is Tetragrammaton, or Yehovah, or Yahweh, however you wish to say it. Zabaoth, not Zaboath, Zabaoth. Zaboath's elsewhere somewhere, which basically means Lord of Hosts. Lord of Hosts. Yep, I don't know either. And, of course, the Tarot Association are the 4 sevens. So now, if we have a quick look at the 4 sevens, just what they represent, that could be useful as well. And these are always good fun, especially pull them out if you're doing a reading. I don't believe it for a second in doing any form of divination. Not my thing at all. But some of the archetypes they represent are very interesting. So we start off with the lowest of the 4 worlds, the 7 of discs. Love this one. It's called Failure. Yep, Failure. It pretty much explains itself. Just things don't work. Effort wasted. Now, a lot of people have a lot of this. They do a lot of effort that's just wasted. Think about learning to paint. Think about learning to create, sculpt, or do any form of creative expression. I can be fairly sure your first endeavours will be utter crap. And most people quit there because they expect to have attended the lesson, read the book, or just pick up a pen, and then absolute disaster. What comes out looks like it was drawn by a 4-year-old, because that's where their development stopped. That's when they stopped drawing as a child. So that's where you pick it up. Now, if you persist, you continue, guess what? You start getting good at it. But most people don't. So now we have to look at the notion of failure in itself. Effort wasted, yep, but was it? So you have to put it into a bigger context. It's only wasted if you stop there. Now, there is the other thing, though, knowing when to quit, because some people just ain't going to be very good at it. I'm 52, taking up a skydiving career. Might have left it a bit late. Marathon running, not with my knees, no chance. So there are certain times you know not to get started. But how do you know the difference? You need a little bit of wisdom with that. And this is where knowledge, or the stuff of Hod, can be very useful in balancing out some of these things. Now, I'm being very brief here because I don't want to go through the whole tarot stuff. Now, if we come to the 7 of Swords. Oh, this is a good one. Futility. Now, this is, I mean, just again, self-explanatory. There's a lot of stuff we could go into, especially if we start looking at the astrological attributions of these cards. Not doing that in this video. We'll save that for another time. Futility, again, it's the classic thing of, is it really worth it? Should we even bother? Some people quit before they've even started, and I find that fascinating. Quick aside story for you. Lots and lots of years ago, I had got booked a guest speaker. Now, for whatever reason, I had booked a stage magician. Not magic as in the magic, occult stuff, but a performer. And he was a relatively big name, not particularly big. And he basically, it became clear on the day I was launching a new project, and he was going to be the entertainer for that particular thing. And it was very clear he wasn't going to be coming. I contacted him after numerous more phone calls, got in contact, and he said, "Oh, I didn't know anything about it, mate." I thought, great, he's taking the money. He's clearly not coming. Now, I had a problem because I had a lot of people coming. And I was at work at the time, and my colleague said, well, who would be the next best person? Well, I said the next best person would be a guy called Mark Paul. Now, Mark Paul lived fairly local. The thing is, he's a big name, more so in the States than here. He's a big deal. I'll never get Mark Paul. She said, why are you quitting before you've even phoned him? Phone him. So I phoned him. And I was actually really nervous to give him a call. And I think it was his wife or somebody answered the phone. Somebody, anyway. And she said, oh, he's not here. I'll get a message to him, get his call back. 10 minutes later, he called back. What time? I told him the time. He said, I'll be there. And just like that, I got one of the biggest names in the business. And I've got to say, it was quite a coup. And I was amazed. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic evening, and a great guy. Now, for me, I overcame the complete futility. I thought there's no point in even trying it, but it'd be futile. Absolutely ridiculous. You know the old expression? You don't know if you don't try. Now, again, if we apply the same thing to how people approach their creativity, how people approach their emotional creativity, and how people approach their emotions. For a lot of people, they will never trust anyone. They go through their entire life never trusting, because they don't have that emotional capacity and they're frightened of the consequences of doing so. And they may have done so and their trust was broken. And sometimes that may have been repeatedly by different people. That happens. That's the nature of humans. They will break your trust. And the reality is the majority of people you probably can't trust. That's the reality of it. Doesn't mean you shouldn't. And so again, balancing up these things with Hod is going to be very, very important, because you need to know when you can rather than just not bothering. A lot of people will go through their lives frightened of connecting to their creativity. They'll never sing, they'll never dance, they'll feel shame and embarrassment of these things, they'll never paint, they'll never draw, they'll never carve, they'll never do any of these things because they're frightened of how people will react, and they're frightened of how they will feel. Well, let people react and let those feelings happen. Feel things. This is part of Netzer wisdom. In initiatory traditions, I suspect an awful lot of people bypass Netzer because they basically want to keep themselves constant but acquire the power of the magician. They'll acquire the power of wisdom and the mysticism. They wear the badges, the shirts and the robes. They're still dicks. They're still emotionally immature because they've never allowed those things to develop, yet they claim high degrees. Anyone who's been in magical orders, initiatory orders, Masonic orders will see this. The Grand Master who's a drunk. The 9th degree who is a drug user. Seriously, this is where we're at. You have to really pay attention to these things. Have people done the lower work? So many people, their natural thing is to go straight for the higher work because they want the status it gives them. Yeah, that's really in conflict with the work we would do in contemplating the sphere of Netzer. Now, if we look at the 7 of Cups, this is a good one. It's called debauch. Now, this is not the same. This is not the orgiastic thing. The orgiastic where we are bringing our senses along. I'm not talking about sexual orgies. Orgiastic stuff where we indulge and we party. Genuinely raw, pure joy of the festival. No, this is debauch. This is the slightly sadistic. This is the slightly salacious. This is the slightly sleazy. This is OnlyFans. This is internet porn. This is all those things that are the sublimation of the higher emotional states. But it's very profitable. It's very immediate. It's there everywhere you look. You carry it around in your pocket in your mobile phone. That's debauch. And people will indulge that stuff rather than try and overcome it. And so again, one of the lessons of Netzer is to pay attention to those indulgences of lower debased emotions that draw you back again and again. They pass the time, they solve the problem of boredom and basically overcome that. Most people won't. They can't break free from it. They're still locked into that base level fulfillment. And for the people selling the stuff, of course, they're locked into the profits that come with it. It's a funny old thing for me. A number of years ago, not that many years ago, the page 3 topless models in the British newspaper were seen as the exploitation of women. Now, OnlyFans is female empowerment. And the movement that says, actually, we don't really like that. That's not really the kind of women that us guys want. Well, that's because they're kind of closed-minded, patriarchal, right-wing Trump supporters, whatever, I don't know, that nonsense. And so all of that kind of social politics around these things as well is something to rise up above. And then, of course, we come to the 7 of Wands, which is valor. I love valor. That's a great thing. Not enough of it about. Not enough. The valor as a thing. Valor is something, unfortunately, that can only be performed, only be experienced in adversity. Valor is something that happens on the battlefield. Valor is something that happens when facing defeat. Valor is something that happens in extreme poverty when people benefit others. Valor is not something that exists from a point of privilege. But having the capacity to be that person, you don't have to go to battle. You don't have to be in a post-apocalyptic environment to display and experience valor. But be the person who would. Most people, after 3 days of hunger, will be the person who'll kill for food and steal. You only have to look what happens when people are told to stay indoors, 2020 lockdowns. People lost their minds. 2 weeks is all it took in the UK. Don't know about other countries. Panic buying and all sorts. And even now, people are still talking about the repercussions, the social repercussions from lockdown. How weak are people? This is another thing that's very important. Because if we're to overcome those debased, debauched emotions, if we're to develop ourselves spiritually, we must develop other aspects of ourselves as well. And being the person who has the capacity for valor is a very important thing too. But a lot of people don't. As long as I get mine, as long as I get what I deserve, as long as I have my rights and my entitlements, then I'm doing all right. As long as I'm doing better than you, then I'm doing all right. Yeah, this isn't really ideal, is it? And really goes against the development and experience of Netzer. So these are things to be meditating upon, reflecting upon, self-examination. What a lot of people do is they'll turn up for their initiation meeting. They'll do this particular degree, never think about these things. Right, when's the next one? When do I go up to Tifereth? Yes. Well, think about it. If you're going to go to Tifereth and you're then looking at the sphere of the sacrifice gods and the thing of self-sacrifice as well as life-giving and all the stuff that goes with Tifereth, if you haven't done the work of Netzer, then you're just fooling yourself. You're just basically indulging your ego, which is, again, the complete antithesis of what Tifereth is about. But we'll save that for another video. Now, if we just on that note, if we just come to one of Gareth Knight's thoughts on Netzer, and this is in his Kabbalistic Symbolism books. This is 2 parts. Basically, Gareth Knight's Guide to Kabbalistic Symbolism. Absolutely superb bodies of work. And if you haven't got them, I'd recommend you get yourself copies. It's part 1 and part 2. Now, one of the things he emphasizes is the importance of acknowledging and working with one's emotional nature as part of the spiritual path, but rather than denying and repressing it. Now, developing and exploring is not the same as denying and repressing. There's the stiff upper lip brigade, and there's the I express myself at all times brigade. They're the people who scream at people in Starbucks, that kind of shit. No, we're not becoming that, but to own your emotions and to allow them to be part of you and explore them and know what the triggers are, know what the limitations of them are and so forth is going to be a very important thing. And Knight views the energies of Netzer as essential for the development of compassion, empathy, and a true appreciation of beauty. Now that's required. You have to have that as a requirement before you can even contemplate Tifereth. If you are not able to understand a true appreciation of beauty, if you go, oh, that's shit. Can you imagine you're relatively low-level actor. You spent, say, a year in a project making a film, and it looked pretty good, and it's been busy. There's a lot of production stuff going on and all the rest of it. And then you go to the first screening, you've got your family there and all the rest of it. You're sitting in the little cinema for the first screening where they do that kind of launch of the movie. And it's one of those 1 out of 5 stars on Netflix type movies. You've seen them. The ones that you think, oh, well, I think we'll bypass that one. And it's absolutely awful. That would be pretty awful. Now, that's a creative pursuit. And all of the people involved may well cringe when they see it. And they may well have the family. They go, oh, very, very well done. Great movie. No, it's not terrible. You may well have that. But remember, this is not futility. This is not debauch. This is a creative approach that's a stepping stone to greater things that come later on. Unfortunately, we as members of the viewing audience judge a film. That's rubbish. That's terrible. That's crap. Oh, music today, the kids today, the music, you can't hear the words. We may well do that, those kind of judgments. What we need to be able to do is suspend those judgments, basically stop doing it, and actually see it for what it really is. See what the people are doing, see what they're attempting to do. If you don't like classical music, understand it for what it is and understand why people are completely enthralled by it. If you don't like, say, rap or drill, the really awful music if you're an elderly person like me, pay attention to it. Understand the creative process by which those people producing that noise, what they're doing. What are they expressing? Why is it that medium they're expressing it through? And how come it's being recognized and understood and appreciated by other people? You don't have to like it, but you must be able to appreciate the artistry of it. And that's really key. To just go, oh, that's shit, can't hear the words, that kind of stuff, or just to condemn it as an antisocial nonsense. Go to the Tate Modern and have a look at some of the rather challenging pieces there. Yeah, modern art. Is it? Is it not? Yet some people think it is. Find out. Get yourself into that headspace where you can appreciate that for what it is. And not just go, yeah, I appreciate it for what it is, it's shit. Wrong mindset. That's not Netzer. You need to be able to see the artistic expression as other people do who appreciate it, and so forth. It's not easy to do, and it will challenge your assumptions. It will challenge your morality as well, and that's going to be quite a key thing. And then just the last thing for this is if we just now come to Crowley, Aleister Crowley. As you know, I'm a bit of a fan of his work, not so much of the man himself as such. He's one of those ones, a bit like Sam Vaknin, one of the best teachers I've ever come across. I never want to hang out with. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate their work and brilliance of what they produced. Now, within the sort of broader scope of Crowley's work, especially within his magic model he called Thelema. Netzer is usually discussed in relation to the practitioner's journey towards achieving the great work. I'm reading this, you can tell. Or the realization of one's true will. Crowley emphasizes the importance of mastering the energies of Netzer, those of emotion, aesthetic appreciation, and pleasure, as a key part of the spiritual quest. And I completely agree with this. Because we don't want to slip down into debauch. We don't want to slip down into the OnlyFans brigade of that really cheap and the identity politics and all of that kind of nonsense that goes on. Essentially, we want to have the view of the classical composer in the world of emotions, the view of that higher form of expression, the complexities of it. When you listen, say, if we look at some of the rap styles, I don't know the different genres would be called. It's all rap to me. Not crap, just all rap. There's different styles. And the people who understand that music, understand they can go, that's that genre and that one's that genre. To you and I, they may sound the same genre. But no, there's distinctions. When you are able to go through the world with those categories of distinction already there because you can appreciate it, that's really key. But then do the same thing with the emotional subtleties. That's the other stuff. Developing emotional literacy, developing what's it called, EQ, emotional quotient. It was the kind of, I can't remember, Daniel Goleman, that was it, going back a few years now. Very popular book a while back. I've never read any of the books after that, but Daniel Goleman wrote a book about emotional intelligence. And if you're unfamiliar with emotional intelligence, this is something that's worth exploring because there's a lot of stuff in there that will be useful for your appreciation and understanding of Netzer. I think that's all. One of the other things to do is look up all the planetary and astrological attributions of Venus, which some of you will be aware, being the morning star, is also Lucifer, which means the light bringer. The Christian tradition then conflated Lucifer with Satan, that they then merged to become the devil. Just a lot of nonsense that went on there, and then that's been passed down through generations of sort of pop religion, really, and people have this notion of the devil. But actually that's not quite what Lucifer and Venus are. And so you may want to have a little look up of those things and look up and start to practice the invocations of Venus in the varying forms. I think that's all. If you have any specific questions on this one, do stick them in the comment section and I will see what I can do in the next video.